we're going to do a quick review of the installation, and we're going to check our installation, which is always very important. Now, I always recommend that we check the install first with the door open. I put my key in my lock, and what I really want to see is that I can throw and retract the deadbolt, and it should be nice and crisp. It should have a real nice crisp sound to it. We want to make sure that the thumb turn works equally well, nice and crisp, and that would ensure that our deadbolt is working properly. However, there's still another issue. We need to close the door and check the deadbolt again to make sure that the deadbolt lines up properly with the strike box. Now, we already talked briefly in our previous shot about how this would be installed, but there's a critical part of this that a lot of people don't understand, and that is that a deadbolt is always installed with a lower lock, a latch. The latch that would be sticking out of the edge of the door here has the job to hold the door shut in the proper position so that when we go to lock the door at the end of the day, and we turn our key, this deadbolt should throw into the center of our strike and not touch. You should not have to push or pull on the door in order to get this to line up properly. So, to reiterate, the lower lock that is latching, it has the job to hold and locate the door so that when we throw our deadbolt, that the bolt itself will insert into our strike plate directly in the center. You'll actually see that the bolt is larger than this hole, and that will allow for room for expansion and contraction when the building gets warm and cold and humid, etc., so that you don't have to push or pull on the door. Now, if for some reason you don't, where it is dragging just very slightly, a handy trick can be to put a little dab of something like toothpaste on the end of the bolt, retract the bolt, close the door, and then throw the bolt until it hits on the strike, and it will leave a little bit of toothpaste or whatever you've put on the end of the bolt. It'll leave just a little bit on the edge of the strike so you can see where it is interfering. Then it's common to use a flat file and to slightly file the strike plate. You're not expected to do anything more than a very slight adjustment, and that's only if it didn't locate properly with when you originally did the installation, or the building has settled, for example, something has changed in the building. It's very, very important that you not have to push or pull on the door in order to lock the deadbolt. If the deadbolt is hitting on the strike plate, eventually, over time, the force on the deadbolt will cause the mechanism in the lock to break just from wear and tear. So please take that extra moment and make sure that we have a happy deadbolt that will throw and retract easily, and that it'll all line up when the door is closed.